Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Looks like we are live. If you are here with me today, go ahead and type the word hi. I can hear you. Just let me know if you can hear me if you're here live. You can put hashtag live in the comments if you're here live or if you're watching the replay. Go ahead and type in replay or just do hashtag replay. Um, and then also, if you're on YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, because we're going to start doing that, go ahead and like and subscribe. And that way you can get these updates, which I do every week at Thursday at 3. So I'm really excited today. We are talking about how to attract high paying clients, even if nobody knows who you are. Okay, so hi everyone. I'm Heather Blaze. If you don't know me, I help entrepreneurs set up their business system so that they can have time and money freedom to do what they love to do. So what happens is a lot of time people, they get certified or they have a great idea and they want to start a business, but because our whole society trains us how to be employees, right? Go to school, get good grades, go get a job to be an employee. Nobody's really ever taught us how to be a business owner. And so what happens is I see a lot of people go out and they create a job for themselves, which kind of defeats the purpose of having a business. A lot of people want to get in business because they want that time freedom, right? They want that flexibility to be able to spend time with friends and family and have fun. And then what happens is they set up a business, they're not really sure how to go about that, and then they end up doing, work, doing everything themselves and not really understanding how to set up the proper systems in order to make money and have that time freedom. Because it's one thing to have lots of money, awesome, but if you don't have the time to enjoy it, what's the point, right? And then if it could be the opposite, right? If you've got time but you don't have money, then again, how do you keep the lights on, right? So I am here to help everybody figure out how to set up those systems so that they can have both, right? So that they can have that freedom because life's short, right? So again, thank you for joining me today. And I'm going to share with you how you can attract those high paying clients, even if you don't have a huge following on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or any of those other social media platforms. Because I hear this a lot. A lot of people are like, oh, well, I'm building my following. I'm getting lots of likes. I'm getting lots of followers. And once that's built up, then I'll be able to make money. But it's just not true. You don't have to have a huge following to make money, okay? People seem to think that followers convert to revenue, and it doesn't have to work that way. You can have a very small following if you've got the right sales process in place so that people can find you, call you, and pay you for what you have to offer. I don't have thousands of followers or 10,000s of followers, and neither do any of my clients, but they're succeeding in their business and are making, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, 80,000 per month, just by having their systems in place, by bundling their values so that they can charge a premium, typically between $3,000 and $10,000 for what they offer. They're typically a service-based type business. But what we do is we create enough value around what they have to offer and figure out how to communicate the value around that in order to charge a premium for it, and how to position themselves as the go-to expert against all the competition, which again allows for that higher price point. Does that make sense? So I see this all the time, okay? There's a massive disconnect between the number of followers some people have and the actual money they're bringing in. And so I think that in itself, is good news for most of you, because a lot of us are not influencers. We don't have these huge fan bases and stuff like that. And this means that it doesn't need to take a really long time to build your audience and post all this content to all these different platforms before you can start making some money. You just need, like I said, the right sales process to get your business off the ground. The right offer just needs to be in place so that you can charge that premium price, like I was saying, and then getting the right people. The right people is key, right? Good quality people calling you, wanting to work with you, and actually pay you, okay? Because what's the point if they're not paying you? Likes and followers don't pay the bills. So don't be chasing that significance without minding your profit, because after all, right, this is a business. And what is a business, for if it doesn't make money, right? And I know a lot of you out there too, you're like, money's not important to me. It's not the main driver. I just want to make a huge impact with people. And that's cool and that's great. But here's the thing, if you don't make enough money to keep the lights on, right, or to keep the business going, how are you going to help people? And also, the more money you make allows you to hire more people, so it frees up your time. So you could either go deeper with your clients or work with more clients. The more money you have allows you to have better self-care so that you can be your best self to serve others, right? So maybe money's not the driving force or the most important thing, but the thing is the more money you do make, the more freedom you have, and the more access, and the more people you can ultimately impact and help in the long run. Does that make sense? So when you just want to be significant, right? You want people to like you and approve of you and stuff like that. Or you just want those like feel good moments, that come with praise from so many people. That just doesn't pay the bills. So we really got to figure out, the strategy and the systems in order to get that money coming in as quickly as possible. All right. So think about what you really want, right? You want to be posting to all these different places, selfies, and get thousands of likes, or to not be doing that and then just still be making an impact while hitting your income goals consistently, right? If that's more of what you want, then type, yeah, that's what I want in the comments below, so I know you're with me. If you want the latter, though, then I'm telling you right now that, it doesn't have to take years and years, right? It can happen in a matter of months, really. Sometimes weeks, right? Like if you already have an offer in place, the quickest I've seen it happen is within 2 weeks. Okay. That's not typical though. Okay. So, but typically between 8 to 12 weeks is a good time frame to aim for. The statistics say about 3 to 5 years it typically takes for somebody to set up their business to succeed, not really knowing what to do, just kind of throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks, and then hoping, praying, guessing that something might work. But when you have a proven system that you can follow step by step, that you don't have to guess at what to put together in order to make it work. You just basically follow a recipe, right? That can take about 8 to 12 weeks. And then you can start really, that's the typical hitting of that income. Okay, so if you're coachable and you're determined, yeah, it could take weeks if you already have that offer, right? And I guess for an example, like I had one client that was a yogini. So she was offering, her price was too low, right? So we worked on increasing her prices. But we basically put the steps together. We got into the psychology of who her ideal clients were, so then we figured out the exact words to use that really resonated with them, so that she could enroll them like that. She put a post out. I gave her like a template, and she just made it fit to what she was offering. She sent it out to. She already had, I think she had 250 people on her list, so small list. But the way it was worded, it really resonated with people. Within 15 minutes, she had 2 calls booked, and those both converted into her offer that she already had, right, at that time. And I think she was charging about $2,500 at the time for her course, right, which was super low. We I think tripled that. She ended up charging a lot more. But anyway. Within 15 minutes, like I said, had those 2 calls set, and they both enrolled and became clients within that second week in the program. So that's how quickly it could happen. And then another client of mine who actually didn't have an offer, she made it happen in 7 weeks. And again, it's very unheard of to do that, but because we did all the work, leading up to that 7 weeks, she was able to collect deposits into a program that she hadn't even created yet. She just had the outline. And she was able to collect 6 deposits between $550 and $1,100 to come into her program. And then she was choosing to create her program as she went with those 6 students. So it's really cool. So again, you don't even need to have an offer. She didn't have a website. She didn't have a program. She didn't have anything. But she had the know-how. Like what we did was we created the outline of the program, and then she had got into the deep psychology of what would resonate with her ideal clients, and she was able to communicate the value around what she had to offer in order to at least collect those deposits. So making money before group before any of those followers, before any of those likes, right? Which is what we're talking about here, before anybody knew who she was. So, excuse me, I gotta take some water. So anyway, those are just two examples that you don't really need to be a celebrity to make that revenue, right? You don't really need a lot. So getting someone curious enough to follow you is good, but it's totally different from getting them to be confident enough to pay you, that premium price, 8K or 10K for your services, 3K even for your services. So with that strategy, right, that I have in place and that I teach my clients, we simply do social media posts, then a valuable free offer that establishes them as the go-to. It positions them as the expert so that they can increase their prices, and then we figure out exactly how to communicate the value around that, automate it all so they don't have to spend a lot of time on it, and that just invites them into booking a call with them, all on autopilot from stranger to client. Okay, so it's really just 4 steps: a post that really resonates deeply with the ideal client, prospect, client, whatever. And then they go into reading or listening to or watching a valuable free offer, and that books a call, and then they get enrolled as a client. So really just 4 steps, okay? It's that simple. It doesn't have to take years before we get them from 1 to number 4. Like I said, to set up that process, 8 to 12 weeks. So 8 weeks it's set up, and then 12 weeks to start really driving that traffic. So, and this is because, the entire process is designed to attract, right? Like not just the curious, but the ready and the committed, which would be ideal, right? It's the ideal client, not just anyone and everyone. So it's targeted towards those who are really struggling, right? They're in pain or they're struggling, they need help with something, whatever it is that my clients offer, and want to get out of it as quickly as possible. So you might be wondering, like, why would someone want to work with me if I'm not famous or if I don't have this huge following on social media? And you might be looking around at all this competition and like, why would somebody want to work with me instead of, Tony Robbins or, whoever, right? Whoever is out there that's bigger than you in whatever you're doing, right? Well, people want to work with, people that they can get results from. And that's really the bottom line. So these are the myths about how to create credibility, okay? Number 1, you must have a lot of followers. Total myth. You don't need to have a lot of followers, okay, to get credibility, okay? You need certifications. A lot of people think, I gotta be certified for this. I gotta be certified. Otherwise, nobody's gonna pay me. Nobody's gonna want to work with me. I'm not gonna be credible. Another myth. Number 3, you need degrees. Nope, you don't need degrees. Okay, that's another myth. Okay, my clients are making money without these things because they're getting amazing results and they're helping people and they're making a huge impact with people, but they don't have degrees. They're not certified. They, some of them are, but not all of them, right? The one and they're all getting good results for people, but I'm just saying you don't have to have those things in order to make money and in order to make an impact and get results for people. The truth is, you need empathy. Okay, you just need empathy to create that trust that you need from your audience. Okay, that's the big thing. Okay, so when you can describe and talk about someone's problem better than they can, where they're just like, oh my God, how did they know I was laying in bed thinking about that the other night? Or I just told my best friend that. How did they know that? Right? When you use those exact words, it resonates deeply, right? They think, wow, she really gets me. Right? Then they automatically assume that you have the solution because you can describe it so well, right? You can really resonate with them so well. And sure, like you can say, buy from me because I'm certified and I have millions of followers. Or you can say, buy from me because I know what you're going through. I get it, and here's why it doesn't work. And this is what you need to solve that problem. Okay? Do you want to fix that problem once and for all, right? We're saying, hire me because you're stuck. You're stuck here, or you're spinning your wheels, or you're confused, and I can help you get to the other side in record time. Make sense? That makes the decision easy for your audience, okay? So when people make a buying decision, they want to know, number one, do you understand where they're coming from? Okay, they want to be heard. They want to felt like you get it, right? Number two is, can you help them get that outcome that they want? Can you get that result for them? Can you fix it, right? And can they trust you? So those are the three things, okay? So again, it's okay to have a huge following. I'm not saying you don't have to, never have a huge following. All I'm saying is like people are curious about you and what you do, if you have those three things, right? But it's not necessary to create like a 6 or 7 figure business to have this huge following. You can make a 6 or 7 figure business with a very small following if you've got those three things, right? Some experts would say that you need to be posting to Instagram at least 10 times a day, or that you can't have a business and not be on TikTok, right? But these people are actually getting what they're asking for. They're getting likes, they're getting hearts, they're getting comments, but they're not getting the income. Okay, and that's the main thing that we're looking for here, right? We need that income and we need it quickly. And all that might feel good, like having all those things, right? But if you're not getting people to say yes to your offer, what's the point of that? And the other thing that happens is that when people are saying no, or they're not showing up, and you're out there and you're posting and posting and posting and crickets, it can start affecting and eating away at your confidence, right? If it hasn't happened yet and it continues to go, that's what can happen, right? Over time, you're like, what's wrong with me? Why doesn't anybody want to work with me, right? But it's not you, okay? I want you to know that it's not you. It's your strategy. It's your messaging. It's those things, right? And so you just don't know what you don't know. That's it. It's not you. Don't let it affect your confidence. It's up here in your blind spot. There's a way, you just can't see it. And how can you see it if it's back here, right? So you're in business to make sales, okay? And so the big idea is get clear on the fundamentals of your business first, right? What do you really want? Because you need that destination, right? That time and money freedom, right? I mean, that's the ultimate, right? You want the time and money freedom to do what it is that you love, whether that is to impact more people, whether that is to go deeper with people, whether that is for self-care, whether that is for travel, or spending time on the weekends with your family, or getting massages, or whatever that is for you, because it's different for everybody, right? If it's surfing, like, I don't know. I'm in California, so I say surfing, skiing, I don't know. But whatever that is for you that you love to do, I mean, ultimately, it's the time and money freedom that we want, right? And the business can be the vehicle to get you there, okay? And yes, if you love what you do, even better, because that will give you that grit and tenacity to stay the long haul, to make sure that happens. And that, if you're passionate about it, it's really important, because there's always going to be stuff that comes up as a business owner that can stop you. So it never goes away. It's just different, get to different levels, you get different problems. But anyway, what you really want, everybody seems to want, right? It's that time and money freedom, which gives us happiness, right? It gives us peace. And then you get to do whatever you want. So, if you want to write a book or be a highly sought after inspirational speaker and serve the poorest of the poor, right? You can go ahead and do all of that once your business takes off, because you'll have that time and money freedom to pay the bills and be thriving and all that stuff, right? But how long, right, will you be getting ready to get ready? Really, right? How long has it taken you? How long have you been wanting this? You got to ask yourself. I just got off the phone right before this call with somebody that's been wanting this dream for over 20 years, right? A good 20 years she's been wanting this dream. But it hasn't happened yet. And so if that's you, like if you've been taking a while and it's like, I've been wanting this for so long, or I've been wanting to make, 100,000 a year, let's say, for this long, and it's been like years and years and years, you got to ask yourself, what's really stopping you, right? Why is it taking so long? If you're committed, you can do it, right? And if it's just a question of like how, that's the easy part, right? You just find someone that's doing it, find someone with a proven system and do it, right? But it really comes down to commitment. So there is a system that you can follow, and it will collapse your timeline so that you can have that service-based business running within a year, okay, or less. If you're starting from scratch, right? it's really 8 to 12 weeks, right? Putting that offer together, setting the systems up, and all that good stuff. Okay? So if you're ready to break free from this seemingly endless trap of not getting clients or the right clients and having, to try strategy after strategy just to make ends meet, and to keep your business afloat, then let me help you, right? Just type breakthrough, and someone from my team, just write it down in the comments there, type breakthrough, and someone from my team will reach out to you, and we can set up a quick 15-minute call with you. Okay, it's a no sales call. It's just kind of gather information. We can point you in the right direction. If you do want more information after that and how we can help you achieve your goals and go a little bit deeper, then we can do that. But with the 15 minutes, we can point you in the right direction to specific training that can help you at least get to that next level, okay, with whatever it is that you're dealing with or whatever challenges you're facing currently. So yeah, just write breakthrough in the comments below and we'll reach out to you. Okay, so thank you for joining me today. I hope all this has been super helpful. Again, I am here every Thursday at 3 p.m. So you can join us here live, or you can watch the replays, and we'll be posting these also to YouTube, so you can join me there. I've got a YouTube channel, Heather Blaze, I think is the name of my channel. I'm not really into YouTube at the moment, so but yeah, I'm gonna start posting there as well. So might as well, it doesn't take it only takes 2 seconds. So anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you here next Thursday, 3 p.m. Pacific time. Go ahead and write any comments in the chat below. No, sorry. Write any questions you have in the comments below is what I meant to say. And also, if you have anything specific that you'd like me to talk about on these Facebook Lives that could help you or give you more value, then I'd love you to share that with me as well. So then we can create a Facebook Live around that. So have a great week, and we will see you next week.